Yo, assalamu alaikum badon kono bismillah alnal badi malam alhaji wandi fasane nara jam bi fana ka kacha ga dron bare faman ni ngata kacha ga bro menge ka den UDP la activity la membe ken sande bare UDP pa banko nyin toka wo mu kulde mala ko nga fil ka kuma da bage and then me continue la ko na ale jam meno YouTube na nga dal ba faman ni nanjala mbuka time also no ka distribution okay wo nyama ka I'm broadcast during ka copy ka sama but inshallah I'll do my best to bring it onto the YouTube platform. So kajani bi me waran la je wala nyindi ko be analysis kala jang me dending UMC la Kurang obsession syndrome like KOS because like obsession syndrome is getting to another level. But wotati na la manna to me alongo wole ati na party leader wulta na la delegation kallanke argo e wulta kata ka banko be yai so nyin tomu kulti me alongo we feel like it's a very important nationwide tour by the UDP. It's also a strategic and a timely one. Me kachala to nyin na to nyin somari mba somara la lien to la korosiro don to ngamen jije Gambia la nafaro ani Gambia la political climate be nyame anin fana UMC fana ali al hako boy ne nya felende hakilo fana bulata UMC ma katakela ka video do na tale nan jang ma transfer kan fana mam pare hakilo batan na tan jang yes wumu video de me alon ko UMC la ko lelmo baring fonse badingol hakilo bulandi ate nyin Talib Ahmed Ben Souda ate memo la political champion de fonse badingol hakilo bulandi jumala matati baring ni sire ko karmu nyinati without evidence wo be adia siale tumando bato ni nga video nati na men yalon ke kala video evidence solti kaida ni badi ngol la ko nyina mu talibti ga me Talib Ahmed Ben Souda man kuro mu nyinati ni ajen to ko akoropta nyinati na akoropta mbo video nat la nan janne Talib man na ko do 1 2 yeah, massive on not alive, but inshallah, Omambali, Omatina we become so technically constrained that mom video you not Yeah, ale ko boni na gazen distract no for a moment. But in analysis, mbe menkela rumba kumasla analysis la ngame mira, membe kerim biti lola. Follow mba datila na broda Bundas Bayo ngala audio moile. Me alon kara kita ni kuya badi ani mbala fantela karola. Aku ni kuya ba ay malu fanang ay embarrass and ay sila ay barandi. Bundas la audio at fonsi isa ke no afansung live video dele ni alla moy it was not just one person speaking. This was a voice, a single voice echoing a lot of Gambian voices. Me alon ko ibe Gambia politiko ko ibe Gambia politiko non digam akida kudi me alon ka bala fa warata bak so wakamala we will not do justice to this program. Nimma defana la audio nying ay kuma kan ngol menu fo but at link bala but I just want to look at the broader picture because ngalong ko if anything me I don't want to make it look like jump into the defense of Keba because ni be doku la ila doku ibe menkele gang menu be loru wo kola ni wol ma feel ko ibe kelol la dron itaman rakela so I am very proud of Keba. And I know Keba knows very well he is on the right track. If you are not on the right track, at a possible nola, pour molu menobe ko UMC woliaje ko ibe kumalel fo meni alon ko is to the extent that you feel they need to come and attack you because yemenkala yemen for Kebama is just an attack, an unnecessary attack. Nita mo hakilimati ya hakilo fonso ne video nying ya audio nying ya lamoy malaf kanat na because it's so annoying and devoid of facts. Niya jibe kotoke nying nkodomanya mistake tale a mistake kujamala dang is very and also there's a sensitive part in what he was trying to say. Yala ko kuma ni siron niya bulaka bala wulung and sometimes nita kumada ikamentu kuma molka wala fango moy kuma mandia ngakuma bula kuma la liet rombar kuma mandia mo besi kuma rombari kuma mandia so birin ko roke diamuda the first thing ndemen suteje again I don't want to play his audio here, it's unnecessary. Yemen ika personal jele abe kamfarin Keba kamale he felt like he need to settle a certain score with him wala na imaje kuma kan dia afon kan dia ni yani, which was very pretentious. Baro be ko la nyawnya fero, he find a way, his own way to still insult him. He thought it was crafty or creative, but he was really stooping low by going doing it that way. I can remember it was not intelligent way of doing it. But in Keba and Dimbatio, be amalobe warra bakala bare bi janente basilanga bundas bayo na nyanta mira ala dimbaya la, because nyemu social media bi bundas na la dimbal sino etarande jibe ka wala la dimbaya etarande jibe kan dulado, so ninga nenjang afelenti nga ku kame alonko ntenniyo kono na niyo te dialo be kala ku balati bare nyaaji am ka dindi ngoti. So bari ngalon ko bunda si keba nyawnya tumando bara keba fon si siati, so bari sila nin keba fana na dimbal be siri ba jibe la bundas bo kuma si favela, bari keba e microphone on soto on a much bigger and powerful platform. Keba mang diam mo nyama ngala ko keba to kuma si fal jabe ante wala 110%. Address la keba will not go to insult anybody. Keba mo de me alon ko akadiamule on developments, and in a voice from it echoes, it comes across as one that is unifying. Mole mari mo kuma bala mari fona politiko kono do maybe do malong, but UDP ka fokono bi ni mo bi Adam Barrow fon lafta men explicitly at fon ka lafta men na obekele kebal bi baren keba mo de me yalon ko akunda tuwawdu janne a dabula politiko to tuwawdu jam fon kono janne men be fin analyse ni ka akunta ba ke tuwawdu janne when it comes to the issue of even there are domestic politics at council level, I believe, in Finland. So obviously I connection all men fon da masoro anu ay longo ke nyame, and I faham roge nyama Adam Barrow fon ya kanole pour aytara la timo kono. So I can understand now andre la timo kono how you will feel, but dol fana bi saje ko wala diamu nyani la kol kenyal dis wol tamandirnya e ka hasidia suteje la dum wo fana bu ka bay hadu man ka fokono wati dol mol ka hasidia nyole ka nyo bayndi wol be ka sotole. Okay, but broda ni na kuma kan yin kono na do fo me yalon wo kebala ko ni wayta ni wan kuben kono dindi ngolam, bar kuben kono dindi ya nyum fam farmasa da baba ka dame wala bring he trial angalel grammar come for linking verb. So he was looking for something to link one subject to another, but alaji it was so unintelligent. I'm sorry, but that was so not smart. Birabe lamin jeba dabo wafo fola, and the way he transitioned exactly to Lawyer Dabo Wafo and linking that to Dobo and Combo, that was embarrassing. That was really embarrassing and unnecessary. Mantara nying kono pro regional. But Bundas mbe rifala for reference purposes. Isa kisiro ke domandi bari Eritrea non siara tubawdu jan. Inisi Kachaa yenyi ninga regional kuola aka politiko kuna aka keje nyame yalo nyamira ku tribalism le gena dangerous ta politiko kono askeno ma regionalism mama si bolo e ma regionalism ma si bolo ni regional ku atemu kulti me yalo ko tenga ma si me yalo ko nga difference o jala me yalo wole garawda anda bala fa fon warta a example aussi ke men dia bele ko Gambia be nyame baren surwal be Gambia la surwal be Senegal isaje Gambia surwal ni Senegal surwalu e ka kele bari feko ntolu mais Gambia surwal ba fala ko ntolla jim banko Gambia ntel ni surwa dol be bota janna bari yan jam fay tate nakita Senegal ni Senegal kitaji nim faram fanso keta aussi fala ke Eritrea non la aning ining ibadin dol menebu Ethiopia nolti ikaje men famo sikli ngolti wol damal famo le jaw nyola bari ka fala ko nyul yetul jam fala nyul tara nyam si dol ñu banko dol do ibuka hani kata nyola ibuka nyo futu fan ibuka nyo futu wala nyo ko nyame wala tam dan si faram fanso. So me broda nyimba rifala pro I am familiarized with issues. Membe dending conflict la men ka conflict wulindi baki Africa and conflict tol me yalan ko dangerous ta in our political atmosphere. Regionalism mu kuliti me yalan ka dangerous ta bakal. Ni mu kulti me yalan ka moyle mol yalan hakki man ngol kam fo hakki kono tantan ka don. Mol ka moyla do mol ka suti la bara manke ko mol defem fo no la jede. Intel natul be mu kilinati. Ni aji man ngol kam fo comme ka fu nyame do be mu julu sidi kilingolti. Amanjare kudo be ngo fo nyoe bari biring kudo ke nyi diamoda ika kusu to la kudo le ala diamo nyin ala emphasis be lawren kol men ka be ay tan la komen ko abe kule advocate ka. And to be honest with you, that is frankly I was genuinely concerned, and I think it's equally embarrassing, but I know ko Gambians will not fall for this. Tumando bara nim broda nyin ko bari ko do malam me fem fo kam mantra doya kam mantra nenga out of concern. I was genuinely concerned, to be honest with you, as a Gambian. I was genuinely concerned because Niajibe Atla Kumakanto. ay ako malon dobo ba nen na de dobon ko man tara lamin jeda bonen kan that much I can tell you o man tara o man ko de mel on de sede atala and also ka foko lo da bo jututa lamin jeda wala hani lo da man jutu lamin jeda wala lo da wala subject so fon ala supportal fon tol fon man jutu lamin jeda wala ndek ko janna beren ko ni lamin jeda mo ko he is such an intelligent person and a very well educated person that is unique in the Gambia. Bari mole me ka karantale bari ala karama man dan certificate da mata na diamu ta diamu kan e ka karama sude na ya safe ka karama sude nganyum fajat lamin jeda ala ya sola karana ba mo ala londo fana kallan ke adanda sahaya adanda ko ita ma fer adun tul man judala ndum kune na fana tekela memba nambe judula lamin jeda wala because londi ti balamu andala londo fana manke ko aya sunya la ya karana no adun antul fo ni ngalla ko don kayan karamo bari na manke on tul ta doyala adun ala doyal kam fana den tul bul ntola UDP ka fo ko non nte damande de UDP ka fo fon ko lamin jeda bo mol ma doyaje so bari ni ba fasa la fana o manke kuti mel ka jabade sa fasa atare ma wuli yenyin yes statement ol fo men ya itandi ko men ko itebe ma fan kolto adula ma fan ko nyun fanan don nara kudo suteje me yen sila mbarandi wala nyindi ko amulun dam fe ko ibe korondore korondo yalon ko ninga ko ngaje modo la mafula ko askeno nyi mari ni nyindu ni UDP ni nyindu UDP na dum na masakunda kono askeno moti me yalon ko abulu simano finta wala because akamunte be korondore mulun kele adun o fana problem de me yalon ko ngasoto nam oppositional konole weda birin kada carte fayol o carte fay kola UDP mu patiol de melan ko niya study science and political karola inyanta angul jamol be jono nim political fo angul tele so science ne UDP study inyanta fo angulo nyim be jola wala at least inyanta 3 angulo be so 100% hananu angul clear man clear but hanwo angul clear fan ko inyanta 15% su technology so all in all ni be UDP ko nekira haklimati ke hakilo tout bake inyanta ku jama karanno na jambe jim foka wala nyindiko dalilo membe je wala nyindiko UDP wato mena nga falingo ke 2016 2017 birim fale nga election win as coalition leaders as the as coalition birim mole falon ke nga yaje me bondi ikaje ko na modol fanal na rana koronto num palace sotola so bari wo fana wo tanya même fana garator wala mol membe koronto rem pour ka falon ko by any means bari wo mulu mela fele ka même foye wala nyindi ko birin Gambia fangolong sinya klina opposition na winter since 1965 for be is opposition na winter sinya klina o opposition wino sinya klina akira munadi akira coalition wala kira 2016 so anu wo fana nga analogy do na ken analysis kono ko bare nakara nadol bi jendel kam bambu karanal le kuma ay kuma do fa kuma da baka ko birin America bita to the moon wala ka findi kata lo karo kan akira watile wato mena yaaje ko jawolel ba ke kan e jawolel be kuto ibni wolel be res le ne soviet be nyola and then kuma da ko that will be geopolitically ya feel ko mukul de me yalon ka be so international sola age la so bare international la Gambia kamunun ta ko ne wo analogy ni sa important na to Gambia ka fa ko asike Gambia falingo be kole ala natno man agency soto agency be gala mon nga man sa soto me yalon ka ba kugala so wala na Adam Barrow is playing strategically aka try ko kudol bija kanawka aka abuse kele himara da abuse ake kele and injustice farang and political persecution aka kele bara make sure ko keep under the level of ya jambe aka dame bare non ten abita mol kambendi la abita jawol kambendi la pour kanano maka bondi so ñun mu kulde me yalon ko wo kumara pour mol yakil tuje baga so même foka wala in essence bundas mulun tamfe ko mola me yalon ga ba korondore so ala linkin subject ka analogy men na di ka fo dabo e kuma kanol men fo what is it called je dabo ma wol mo politically malon fo suicide nyaadi politically wol manke wol mo dangerous statement bla bla même mo to nyaari fa senera set wala nyindi ko lamin je dabo yala force political rally ay wala keden as a politician and wato men ba UDP ma nyong keno and wato men ba UDP aman do ya soto je mo bala ma den UDP nga kuliya nga bunya nga horma bara ma fan sun rally keno so ma fo ko anyanda ka wala ke wala law ke bale am kasoldi bare amanke no mote me yalon ko in essence na point momenti ama mote me yalon ko gratuit yalon anu ko patio na be to mondiro ko sartol kuna beje pour molier long grassroots level so yo sauver nyinkele nata je ko atam moti de me yalon ko to be honest ay qualification o beso wala na tamira favre do stage o beto bare ko grassroots ma lom bake anu molle long nying is a very important component so wo ketam kudi me yalon ko ni manyina na jambaro do bije lamin mas ni manyina ta fon la audio finto na be ñu aboto fo kan ba explain kan en lawyer da boya fo ntama moy bari nta fala ko Bundas men fodo wama ke toñadi ka fo dabola bari ntama moy nta wandi fat mbe toña fala ko ntama je moy na fo tan ntama moy adum ma fo fana ma fo ana ta fo bari nga kugile la wala dabo ka fankanta baki na ko kuma fala so dabola kuma do fo lamin je dabo ma fay futa o tembo do o ben tere na baka wala nta fo moy tere ngolti ma moy to be honest with you adum maje fana bari ngalo ne ko audio findita non kanyin dulado farmansandi anu the audio also was not targeting J-Dabo specifically audio nyimbe men fokan ro wala nyini ko amari fokan kumala nyi aytande ko men ko munatina stage juma be woldo anu munatina dol drop da so ni na rajibi in essence J-Dabo amal lonnum baake so ni mal lom baake ninde wandi fatata bi nga nyini ni konye ko loya dabo la apply wala nanti apply la ni be duna nyolal de wale ko nyako lo adabla apply wala na nge disqualify ndibe duna nyola bar ni ko nyako molu ko ye lo adabla lon katam bi tati e ko nyako molu ko ye lo adabla kanu katam bi tati o mo democracy nsa kamfa bar nda bala ka fokon mbe kamfa la fani asike fo mbe kamfa lo adabla fon wala kama bar ate aso don temaso bari mbe kafula mala kafonyin as long as na kamfa ma futa kafo bula mbeto la kafonyin na kon bari ndeko brief la principle mena UDP lam véhicule wo principle be laare men kono pour kata ka falingo ke mbeto lo véhicule kon so in essence J-Dabo with all due respect ala aspiration munu menti doro wala ka contest even though attending Talib la context faratal completely Talib atema fan son parti lono and in fact Bundas hakilo fo nga jamfa damen correct me if I'm wrong man nyina nyim parti fo parti le me alango Abdoulaye la parti la nyindi woketa patiti me ya lonko ndesan Abdoulaye nan defen fula num do ada na baluri I can tell you that asi sima ya sanji keme anim feng ay politiko ko sanji keme anim feng ata fen fula lo ada me membe mul na ko nyin koto ke mem foten Bundas Bayo so ke kalang pati nya don ko la beda ke lan pati nya don ko dur koto o mu kuldi me yalan ko mbeña ndam fa yamar lawla sako ningira molti bayre tol dol sifal fon dol muddi ngol leldi maybe hanin dol fon mambe kew be dinindi bar sa at least tol ta fono politiko kon dol muddi ngol leldi bari atol mo lelti me yalan ko alkebata reasonably enough ka fo komen ko dimbati lel malti some of you know ni futu rajuna fay sekeno grandparent so certain statements bi janni ba fala nyante mira la bakala bayren statement do bi de ka inter nyame ya fo nyam the tone is not as important sometimes the messaging kuma kan membe je the underlying message ya sareto fole bang yela time leta bang ibe wu kanne bang ibe nguntan kanne ba iba fo kan nyaaw ro kuma kan nyaw kana mol ka moyle anwa kata hakil mal me ya wol ka moyle so I think kotoke jefil tamale I mistake ko kala kuma kangol menu for in relation to Dabo the Dobo part was completely off and unnecessary the linking subject ka Dabo la Dobo la Dabo fasa which there have never been any extreme case of Dobo la Dabo fasa which you have to give credit to the people of Dobo, not lawyer Dabo, but to the people of Dobo. And then well never kuma about lawyer Dabo, about Lamin J-Dabo. So bringing Lamin J-Dabo into this foka analogy nyinke Dobo definitely man sense me, but also is dangerous. Lafta kana kumo kumfani analysis la damena Bundas la kuma kangoro. Wole nyindi go Mosa domando ha Mosa domando sonala Mosa domando ke ba sungo baro para because niabe ale kafu bondi akafu nyin ndesan e quand même fo belo yadi ko moy be fo man dia bar mena time dala nga try ka message do put across jam ya longo without hurting some other people, not the people here but memeno address kan but some other people niajibe last election cycle on tene na kafu na analysis to kaf do lel be Gambia men yaron ko mo kurungol lom mo lel mo kurung ika politiko ka balu wala ni politiko wato side ka foy ko be ma ko la ka mol ka foy so mobilisation in essence manke problem di Gambia na to ko mari yekko do so ani pare da kake ke baye kuma ka men fo nyin sa hayatale ni mo kuma de me yaron ka sa hayatale ni se ben nakinol tabino moli e se kol keno patio sa ko ko ya ka sate bale do molbe jebe jigirin ko okay ni le lese committee ngobe lese gunjur sare ko ndafa mo gunjur de ko okay man maybe man rafa mo pati nyindo bari ko okay ya sama la meeting wala okay bari mbeje ngaje ni zol ka fa nga fenkol ko ya mena ni mu meeting bali madum fana ngada afele den tarante man so ke ba e memfo a manque ko ay kumal fo men silo man aba political analysis le fanasi political analysis kenol ro ye evidence ol na de kaytani ko how the people of Gunjur descended that ground ka je crowd ni ka warandi without going into ka neng ka fay ko men fo kuma ka men fo amange to nyara again dimbati nana to be honest wende ay malu baake ay malule dimbati nana wo mukulde me alon ko is embarrassing and shameful in our political atmosphere atol lañu ndaka fontole ko ndoke alinyambula atol lañu nda fulantole ko al tenkum atol lañu nda fulantole ko al diamal dukole al ndoke la la fo nyimbula but ni ta fo microphone ta ya tra ye fon kan di andi dron ye do ne me alon ko hana manke kebat hana non ko amantara ndo fon la kafo ko nin kebala mo lon don to be honest abu kuyala nyila nda kuyata nya because we value our traditions and then sako keba ne na bakela fonyo ko na babulala o keda kudi me alon ko bundas amalo warta bak bi wana bede Talib ka fonyen kanal la mano bi bari e mandra tankunding alen songana graphics o dol display jando man ngai tan dalla ela nyen do nyi ngamira tumando bado ning ala sonda ela dolu be kono nyanta wolu mako ela fenkol do brain malam bafla nyaadi le brain installation burumala faka keno dula to bambar brain installation nyanda kelale anin common sense malam bafla common sense injection anyanda dila dolla bari say some people are going against common sense itself when it comes to atondi yankubala kuro itara obsession on ndara la futata temboro damende la ko common sense ni yeba ngo bela le ka fej so bare lafta UMC ko le meyitan mel long wala nyindi ko alla UMC Fighters Association alsa do mando alba bara la baka nyinan sango man kala sangoti anun tumando baro malla la sango ba murana bare alla sango tambidale ay wato men nal nyanda ka ki fenti alkira fenti baral man na wasa anun dol mo ka manke karanata dum ga def ka karan code back bari man sadalla akanyin kanu bake nin ay kairo ke ya tentu ya jayi lonnal ko niyo ke alaye afana aka kairo men ya tentu wala kala fale baring ite basiri te manke non fenti mon nada ye tombong yeke meyoti inata ko te ke nyanda mur la re-election o duda bake inata ye tombong ko te ke yeke meyoti obe ko la ilote ko coalition le ke je obe ko la inata yow pati umta ya jamfa even do biri ba jamfa kay ko ibe nyina do ko hani man taraw inata ya jamfa so yaje womu kulti me yalan ko wasa bal yaay wala itande anu man satal la fango man lafala amal la fi wasa bal yaala bare atanyi dindin do nyi ngata kuloma memba ka binta jamfa balat la kuro nyi kemo dindin kalabante boja ate kuloma memba ka binta jamfa la kuro be evidence o men nat la jambi nga video do sura jamfa to man 18 minutes bare lafta mul be la mo sakonna mulu me yalango wotumo itolmari nyol benum UMC astagfirullah yudi bi ngola la ko alman ranu yudi UMC albenu alka Talib support no anu dol fo Talib support no nga fo man ra fo kan ko idabe Talib le hanide Talib yudi bi nga jamabe je out of generosity so no out of goodwill and pour que peace ni maintain they gave him the benefit of the doubt bara man ko ba tole image biya sondota anala molu bumbe be la social media engagement of e kaji je sa minimize atalata nyame molla engagement la koldo hani dunda je kaje ida positive or negative fa ngala mol bote la koto so wobe me ni tan wala ni go UDP suturole be non Talib kam bar Talib fon magni lon no faye bara te amira non ko fay cloud la soto ya famle so hani mboda nyin ko toge men na kumo fo ganteng nyin te nyin bundas ba ndenga ngala kudol jela non yalo man ngol kam fo ida bonna kudo bari tulo bonna kudo dati je ngala activity video dol jela me alonko he was very anti malam bafla nyadi dabo aku nyin kono afana kam da pasita non do ya dabo ko ado mu bala fa kuti bak so wayde non ko men ga ngani yobe mulungi non falindiro e membe ko ka Talib nyon ke je so wo kamala man na surprise bringaje akabe NUP le saga NUP ko la fanan advocate bar sawon nak within a short period of time to man do ba to aka ko katile den anisa fa ma yamira ka ko katiba alenga hakil du political sawun man bede ka sawun man jaw ya bar sawun nyin atisi mu keno kudi me yalon ko ase modo la ase badani no do mandi so mbe video men natila jang testimony le natila na badin mfon la broda kende ba e ka fay habibu ke kende balen nu de muna kewa sungu mala fo muna man ka ko non do ke kendo muna woso dal hani ke kendo len nunde bare manke ke kende de bide habibu la diam kangol beti ata num baake KMC sa do ko ka corruption o kele anin ka expose ba habi una rafali wol fana mo kudi me yalango tin talib la ko bunya mano ba bari nda baraka la majuna meto nya fala adu ngalon ko fana kita isu tin molte wala nda buka modol muta kula nda talib nga kala mata juna ba even before nyon ko bena nda corruption allegation la rana tablo kana including habibi nyon ko mo commission de jama be ngi kala mata so the fact ko nga ko nyon lon juna la adu nas diamo fana start relatively early so nka understand ko modol bi why they did not even like the way I was going after it. So atna la fanko mbuka moja mama ko antene men ko nyadronko nundo yara fanten ngabe no we move I'm not into that mantra kono because comme ngamen fodron kanunte ya kama anim fanam pour UDP kafo kano kama anim pour ka peace ni maintain watina moja ma they gave Talib the benefit of the doubt amanko comme bala kafo la kono they just gave him what they call the benefit of the doubt pour comme ka fo tronko nga nyen to fonso ha nyen to sutale and okay dol ko fa mantra to barata ka wala fo baro be na itandi in the end wala nyini ko amanken moti me yalango abe parere nunga tonya sabati ndala politiko kono because natar nunga parere ka tonya sabati nunga la politiko kono atom nga betilin nale mune bato baring ke afo molti Patrick afo fenge janne kana video men play Habib janne ka be a man and you have to be a man, just be a man moy nato mo mendi kana balangala tumando bato ni afo o kola lan sono ya bina bar ni man pare ka fodron ibe kola ya nat le fon ye kola ya nat mo la an wol ka kuya nat sako itati modol se kuya sako modol fanal ni modol la kuya so baji la obida kula kila kulde me ka bulala in the category of hako ado hako mo kulde me yalan ko ala fon malla fala because ala be yam fula mulma bar bu juno bolla bar hako de yake men ne bida fengela wala so Talib ay haka jamala so ala political career kono already adu dol bije pour hako fon to ya kola la bari ila balango yatina modol e position tay manya kamenta mina jang finally before a video nadi I don't know maybe it's good nga video nyin nadi at this point and why or maybe let me talk a little bit about Yankuba promise all menovo to the people of Blato Brangono Foni in particular mo nyin confusion on ateta ngame reset and configuration and brain reset and configuration nyin do nyin at brain configuration all need we need to reset and configuration ate imaja kanyum pointing ndi ngomen foden ibaja lako 5 million by 12 almost 60 leti so ka 60 di 60 million di fonyi la umanya na kala kuti me anga ko la yan ko babul an ko men nga foni amen saferoto abe damendo KMC Yankuba la mana ba fa kansul il faut la marché kono namo bi yemen ko barol ka kane yalla go fono mo mandet soto baraka kane il faut la fala chabo be to labul jani Yankuba kana chabo man tare bul chabo be kansul labul Yankuba na ya ka chabo busale tare ya il faut la ka ala ren kaning anala kulbi yo ita fish market abeto labuli mato potono Yankuba la resources me yalon ko ye kodo me yalon ko west ko la resources yeta namo men jo Yankuba nyole asan joron le kawalta ka la fish market to poto fish market na fana fa mo marché non ni raw na tinya ndiraw marché sun kan be mu jelti 90% jela main problem odi bar sakoni sama keta atele kamuta la tanko ni la jiyo nyin kadun damendo wala kamuta jiyo so ko na fa e bon nan ay wuya marché ko no be sun kan bar jumale ko ko je bi ye motole londe me yalon ko every single day wala ka umuda ka ja ya wo jumale ko ke Yankuba njol so jani wo kodo fon be dunawto wosida no mol kanne bak bari ni masa kunda ka je na mo kanin itolle ko itolle ba je contrôler ba contrôle kam fana muna ne taw ita je to bodol garaso manna witon mandi amone garaso la karo kapak rate sol manna and little final nyanta the constitutionally mandated 25% of development budget is very clearly stipulated in the constitution ko nyanta ka wala jo masa kunanya na kajo ibuka son kajo they fail to do it ni wol be kajo fayda na loya da beta rajele ni loya da mo jo ntaba ko nte fa haninde fa mo ba nyini kala ni nganya ngala ne okuyala because loya da bo anywhere ka a constitution is a constitutionalist mo be ola we can tell you clearly what you are doing here, what your government is doing is illegal. You cannot be in be here as a government and you don't pay the subvention. Blood will pay that without any more from the so if anu mentam bidanu because ni mu fenete men constitutional level so hani julol mentam bidanu wolta jola the first year UDP government nora the money that they will disburse me yalonko areas le fon damam ways in way for Brigamaria Council it will be more than 50 to 100 million it will be more than at least 50 million because ko di jamala be koma me yalonko man fenjoje ibuka fenjo anim fana assessment o nyanta kelale pour ka ko property dolbe je men yalon ko hansa wol ka 5 malon 3000 le jo 2000 3000 wol nyanta tara men jola is way above that. Every 500,000 they should be paying like 2000. They are not, and their properties are worth millions of dollars, but they are still paying as if their properties are worth $500,000 or 1 million, $500,000. So womu kulti me yalon ko do nyanta cross la bakel nim property be fare west coast ko me yalon ko ebe $500,000 price lo jokan, when some of them we have many multi-million properties in west coast region. So nanama unit brain reconfiguration and reset. Ite ta mold the configuration and reset ite ta molti ngamera badin doñi ate common sense injection on need le afankemo ate common sense injection o le nyanta tema so bari janimbe dunna ko no baake be menkelam be we will bring to the matunga nyin habibu ning na ko nyin nata video nyi jampara do mani bara lafta le la moyla because part fulalem part flow big a Talib expose one by one. Koma atemu jumalti. The smooth operator me alongo akafanka go ate is a perfectionist. Alinga jibe for Talib available in the Bajanemba Adler.
Course to employ anyone who has less qualification in a certain position.
I cannot remember.
You cannot remember. Now, in your statement, you had mentioned the appointments of Nuruddin Adams, Aissatou Fall, Sanjali, Yusufa Sala, and Babakar Jammeh. What can you tell us about their appointment?
Yeah, like I said, this was the first meeting of the council. I can remember when the matter came to our committee, because that was the first sitting. So we tasked the CEO to go ahead with it, because we at that time we cannot involve on ourselves that we don't know. That's why I wrote to Minister of Local Government,
yes,
to provide us the guidelines of how appointments came and the structures.
Yes.
And I think I pushed the ministry to set up the Local Government Service Commission at that time.
Now, in your statement, let me read, you said, on the appointments of Nuruddin Adams, Aissatou Fall, Sanjali, Yusufa Sala, and Babakar Jammeh, I can vividly remember that these appointments were presented to the Establishment and Appointment Committee in our first sittings by the Lord Mayor, Talib Ahmed Bensouda. And there was no job advertisement conducted for these positions. I recall that both Nuruddin Adams and Aissatou Fall were given grades that didn't match their respective qualifications. Was that what obtained from the Crown?
I changed the statement.
You changed it now?
No, I changed it when I was amended.
Yeah.
I amended the old Joshua Council and the statement of by the Lord Mayor, Talib Bensouda.
So you said it before in your statement, but you now want to change it?
No, I told you. I told you since at the beginning.
No, yes, you now want to change. So why do you want to change it?
Yeah, because like I said, this was a statement when I was giving the statement. At that time, I did not swear. I did not swear. I just do it. It's a voluntary statement, but some of the things are there. Maybe I forget. But the reasons I recall that I want to remove Mayor, because Mayor is not a committee member.
We all know that.
Yeah. So Mayor is not a committee member.
Yes.
So I might be wrong to mention his name in that he submitted it to our committee. And for us, like I said, we did not do any formal interview for these people, and that is I stand by that. But I cannot confirm or put it in my statement that Mayor was in that meeting.
No, you didn't say that. Your statement, you did not say Mayor is a committee member. No, I'm just going by your statement. You did not say Mayor is a committee member. You never said that. You said the Mayor, let me read. It's very important, and I read word for word what you have said, which you didn't deny saying in your statement, but you now change it, like you said. You said that these appointments were presented to the Establishment and Appointment Committee in our first sittings by the Lord Mayor. You didn't say he was present. The names were presented. That's what you said.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. By he presented it.
Now, what
they presented it was presented by the Lord Mayor.
we are not quarreling. We are here.
No. You are,
why?
no, for me, I always talk loud because I want people to hear me clearly.
Why would you tell the investigators that the mayor presented these names?
Counsel, you want to establish the fact, I believe.
See, again, probably it will be the last time I will tell you that you're not here to ask questions.
No, I'm not asking you
just wait a minute. I would not hesitate after giving you latitude to make an application for contempt. I would not hesitate to do that. Answer the questions as you've been asked. Why did you tell the investigators what you wrote in your statement, that these names were presented to us by the mayor?
Yeah, what I'm saying, I'm here to tell the truth. So I cannot say anything that is not truth. What I said, I cannot remember exactly. Mayor presented these things by himself. That's what I want that statement to be changed.
Why did you tell the investigators what you wrote in your statement? Why did you tell them that the appointments of Nuruddin, Asadofal, Sanjali, Yusufa Sala, and Babakar Jambe, that I can vividly remember that these appointments were presented to the Establishment Appointment Committee in our first sittings by the Lord Mayor.
Yeah, this was a long time, so I try to correct myself.
Are you aware that giving an information that is false to a public officer is an offense?
Public officer?
Are you aware?
Where?
Are you aware?
Where?
I'm asking you a question. Whether you are aware that if anyone gives a false information to a public officer is an offense?
Not to my knowledge.
You're not aware. Let me, Honorable Chairperson, may I guide the witness as per the criminal code. For the avoidance of doubt, lastly, to determine who is a public, who falls within a judicial proceeding. It says at the interpretation section, Honorable Chairperson, on page 21, that the judicial proceeding includes any proceeding had or taken in or before a court, tribunal, or commission of inquiry. So that brings an end to my address to this commission. I will hold that the witness not denying saying this to the commission. If we go on with this, that we will make an application for the matter to be forwarded to the police, for the witness to be arrested and prosecuted for perjury. And unless there are other comments, we would not mind to proceed. Other issue we have to discuss?
Okay, Albea Moile, part 1, part 2 kananane, to even add more context to this. Ate Habib, Albea Moile clearly, ko mayo le listo dala, ataras, consider investigator le nyemfo, anarasida commission rako, menna statement of falina. Badi ngole jinen Talib Ahmed Ben Sudati. Nkali ko akanna dinni ngole tinya, wala na ninga dinni ngole jano mankasila. Ngo alfatama, alkana bulanoma. Aka dinni ngole tinya ake coach le, pure na ye kumo fami manke tonyat. Ni may nje ko ma lañu ne be la mo ko def. Mome ya lon ko ite fonta de listo ci ka yadi mole kay ko karnin kar lafta le wolel appoint ana ñu mu jumal bay listo bala o fana mena ko lejal partout nepotism o mo nepotism let alright so barikan na dinno mu take coach young politician all adon jumal la ñing habibuti this source ko this was somebody who was vicious. If there was going to be a junior Yankuba Dabo in UDP wala ñu nekala ñim board, but he missed the opportunity thanks to Talib Ahmed Ben Suda. Thanks to Talib Ahmed Ben Suda. Our coach, Brindo Geta last minodi, our coach, Akayako Tayening Bondi, Mayor Tobondi, fully coached. Tobondi. Without wasting much time. Musa Kana ide baru follow pressure nga This is how they are. Talib la ko be mo deceptional di abe mo craft le in ways that abe kala ko PR atala image betia perfecto politician member ko so nyina ka masi bonati ite ko tata tote duna diamo kon bari ka dun gol kon e ka dun gol kon bari ko tote duna diamo kon ite la public image will be perfect wala la support al be problem on nyen diamol be cause kante e ko la problem on kurane de ko la problem on yanks la but let's find out the second part. The second part of the video
is in relation to your role as the chairman of the establishment committee. You know Salamanjai?
Yes.
You've worked with Salamanjai?
Yes, just few months.
Few months. She worked was up as a CEO.
Yes.
She was there during the time that Nuruddin Adams, Aisha Fall, and others were appointed.
Yes.
Were employed, correct?
Yes.
She gave evidence in writing and also for the commission as well. She explained the situation regarding the appointment of these individuals and how we were outraged with respect to the appointment of these 5 individuals that were suggested or a memo given to you by the mayor. I'm sure you've heard about, you've listened to her testimony?
Yes, yes.
But if I may assist you in reading her statement regarding this appointment. The statement delivered on the 15th of January 2025, she said, and in addition on the appointment of Aisha Fall and 5 others, I was in my office when Councillor Habib Ceesay, who also served as the chair of the Establishment and Appointment Committee, walked in with a paper in his hand. He then told me that he wanted us to have an emergency establishment and appointment committee meeting. I then told him to hang on, let me call the clerk to check whether he will be available for that meeting. Unfortunately, the time Habib wanted us to have the meeting would have coincided with another committee meeting. Because during that time, it coincided with the setting up of the various council committees, and the clerk was overwhelmed because he was the only one in his office apart from the typist. At that point, Habib asked me about the availability of the HR manager. I then told him that he can be made available if the need arises. He then said that going forward, the HR can be asked to be taking the minutes and could also advise the committee if necessary. He then said copies of meeting minutes can be sent to the clerk for file copy. At that juncture, I asked Habib what the agenda for the proposed establishment meeting was. He then handed over the paper he was holding to me. When I read the paper, it was a memo from the mayor addressed to him. Habib, as the chairman of the establishment, requesting for the appointment of Aisha and 5 others. Do you recall this?
Yeah, I think what he said unfounded and misleading.
Okay, which part?
Like I said, the appointments of Asafal and Nur Adams and Babukar Jambe came to our committee. And
how did it come to your committee?
How do I?
How did it come to your committee?
Yes, like I said, these at times CEO do bring some of these things because CEO is directly reporting to the mayor's office. CEO is under the direction and control of council, but it's reporting to the mayor's office. Yes. So at times, we get these documents through the CEO or office of the HR. Okay. Most of the time.
So the mayor's memo came from the mayor's office to the CEO.
Yes, most of the time.
No, I mean in this appointment, the memo from the mayor was not given to you, but it was given to the CEO.
Yeah, I cannot remember that fully, to be honest. But what I know, the issue was discussed.
Who received the memo? Huh? Is it you or the CEO? Who received the memo from the mayor? Is it you or the CEO?
No, it's not. I know it's not me, so I don't know whether it is the CEO, but I know it was discussed. Because normally I don't receive letter from mayor's office. The mayor will take it to clerk office or give it to CEO bring it to our committee. Then I can put it as an agenda item for discussion.
Okay. So you had it as an agenda item. Now who gave you the memo?
Yeah, like I said, what I can remember last time, I came here. I cannot remember it fully because it's a long time. But what I know, the matter, some of the appointments that were made, if you look at the audit reports, I mentioned it there, I said Isa did not have the qualification to be a manager. And I think that is in our audit report. But the committee's decision and my decisions, these are two different things. The committee is a 3 elected councillors. Only the 3 elected councillors have the voting right. So if I vote against, the rest 2 vote. So obviously I have to took the recommendations to General Council on behalf of the committee, but not me as a councillor of New Jersey and Ibotana, as a chairman and a member of that committee.
Correct. So you voted against it?
Yes.
Because they weren't qualified?
Yeah, no, I believe for Aisha to be a manager, because we have lost, to be a manager, there are certain qualifications that you should get. Yes. So when we recommended the General Council, so the General Council said we can still appoint him and give him some times, or go back to school. And that is General Council, the law says majority carries the vote.
Right.
So and I believe I cannot do anything about it.
Yeah, but just to be clear, you against it?
Yes, to be honest.
Against it?
Yes, against it.
And you know they were recommended by the mayor, but they were she was not qualified.
No, well, I cannot say they are recommended by the mayor. I saw their certificate and qualifications. I know that Isa is not qualified to be a manager.
Right.
And I think, I said these things to General Council over and over, and during the audit report which my committee conduct, we mentioned it there.
Right. Did you know at the time she used to work for the mayor?
Well, I just hear all those informations here.
No. That would not be correct. That would not be correct. You are hard work.
So you see, ite hakile ma jumala be sonna nyina ko Habibu nena malon ko Aisha Kadogo ke non Talib Habibu nena ma molo nyi list ko. But let's continue with the video. You'll come to realize ko in fact Habibu fo nyulu mola e lonne more than tesa for no le nyame. He knows all of them. Everybody on the list and their connection to the mayor. But I have denied it publicly.
Relationship with the former CEO Salaman. You have, as the head of the department, the committee, access to information regarding appointments. You make decisions. You forward your recommendations. Correct? All these things you know, and you have the right, of course, to meet with mayor and have discussions. Everyone testified. Just Ceesay. Everyone, or most people testified about the fact that you were not happy with certain irregularities that were happening.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, everyone testified. You see, it's a small country. People live here. And they had said clearly that you were making efforts to fight against certain things. We had a testimony here. And so there's no reason for Salamanjai to say you are not happy with the fact that the mayor recommended. There's nothing wrong with recommending. And then the commotion that was caused in council on that day, people testified about this commotion. The people who witnessed the outrage, the anger that you had on that day were present. And only one issue caused the problem. The manner in which the appointments were, the suggestions for the appointments were done. You see, we can sit and say that never happened. And I will not even make an effort to even convince you to say that happened. But what I can tell you is one thing. Sometimes in life, you just have to be a man. And so, if you compare your statement of the 31st July 2023, I know you had already said in your last testimony you want to not rely on certain things, but you will see it is consistent with Salamanjai's evidence. This statement and what they say about you on that particular period spoke heavily about who you were at the time. that you were making efforts to not stand for something that was not correct. That is it. That's the fact. That's the fact. Everyone knew Salam Aisha was not competent. Everyone knew Aisha worked. She said it herself. She worked for the mayor. Nothing wrong with that. Nuruddin Adams as well. So let me read further to what Salama said in her statement. Said, Habib asked me whether I knew that Aisha the File and the driver were coming from the mayor's company. I responded no. He further asked whether I knew that Babakar Jame, being recommended for culture and religion manager, was the mayor's uncle and a blood sister to the then race manager, Miss Adama Jame. I responded no. Again, he asked whether I knew that the cleaner recommended is the mayor's mother's house help. I said no. Habib was able to link all those identified to the mayor. It seems he did his investigation before coming. He then told me that he was going direct to the mayor's office to confront him on the request. I then advised him not to do so at that moment because he was very angry and things might turn ugly. I further told him since he planned to have a meeting with the establishment committee, he should then wait and share his opinion or findings with the committee. He then just left abruptly. 5 minutes after Habib left my office, I heard loud voices coming from the mayor's office because the mayor's office was just adjacent to mine. I then locked my office and went straight to the mayor's office to see what was going on. To my surprise, it was Habib. I found him yelling at the mayor, telling him that the appointments will not be accepted.
Albea Moyle, na Habibu Kekendo, to moment na be kamfaring, Lord Mayor Talib Ahmed Ben Soudabulu. Fall after instance to come and reading them, but Habibu nin Talib Siba Lobana after killing the Lalfam. He was, that's how, that's how angry he was. After killing Nilano because of Nyinkola. Atara normal, because Habibu, Malavika and Habibu Manko as matter. The Fatanga, why did the Fatanga? Atara Mayor normal office. Atara attack, even from the reading, you can tell Atara normal office. Because of what? Corruption. Atara muso ni normal guy. CEO atara CEO le normal dem. Anen kaito akai en kaito jaga akai ko mayo ni kaito balaji akai karolo ne karnin kara. Nyin drive on Aisa. All bona mayo company. Nyindo mayo barina wode. Nyindo mu ila suko na bindano ay wala nat nang. Akolo be kala jang clean it. Everything mayo was important. Even if you will do that, at least man up to it. But I denial. All this is denied. All this is denied. So maybe this is a good time to have such a conversation in case Alep comes on a recommendation. I don't know what they will come up with. I really don't know. I essentially don't know. But I can alne kana mira fana ko Talib mamma kula yalan kanyina fa Talib la bulu nondo fo man dañin Talib la testimony la. You have to be somebody who follows the commission to understand the context of Talib la corruption. Ali ajala Habibu told from being a corruption fighter to somebody who is cowed. Sijana wani mori. Yes, ya kedela, ya kedela. Nanye side subject do be jamana fali ajela o ataman kuma back. Ngadaman kuma back. Atafana monu complain la doldi nana ronun Talib la kola. Ha. Talib was so bari la political program ni malaf kata me wona mama gola. Yankuba eko nyali Talib is a professional snake. Why iteka wolef? Iteka wolef. Nyita mira wala MC Chamjibe. This was when Baramena mama kan nala kafo be yanga dukan. After Mayor Londila. A will petition the IEC challenge Talib's lack of voters card and the residency requirement of some mayoral candidates. Talib man IEC ye memfono information on memfono based on but ngava ikoko bati jambaro ngatane MC la kumola. His lack of voters card. This guy was so politically inactive. Voters card can do for tabul. Voters card. A tabul. That's how inactive Talib was politically. That's how irrelevant Talib was politically. Amadulade. Moma yalon ko voters card kendo tabul. Wado na data registration. So according to yenye kuma kan mobile nata sources so dolso da kanyin quota ka clarify nye. Atenyin ik men nin kol men nin ku fingol nin dukol mulunda. Satar la sado to iko lel tamara ka voters card nyamoto koto bondi talibi but han voters card kendo fon tabu. I mean, look, how can you is this real? Are you guys for real though? Bi ñu lel ka fañ tole ko nga talib mu talib le mo kendo di sin slice bread ñi ñom mo karana añu mo kendo governance aman so ja by MC Cham ñu ko bi ka talib nominate fam maro nga screen wala fa ngari bi ka talib nominate hani voters card kendo fon bira ba dakala ñi mayoral ko da table voters card kendo. Imagine that. Mama yalon ko and what I'm at no fanata nim bag dola but Gambia na Gambia hamga everything is price. Once you can afford the price, young eba. Once you can afford the price, you are good. So anu nyimbe making analysis membera then we are not even talking about the way I corruption or menke within UDP for kono purka o palace also. Ama deserve out of nowhere. Wala it's like somebody is a nobody within the party. It's a nobody. So irrelevant because among party from the get-go foundation in TJ, this guy was so irrelevant. At least I voted for UDP. When I left Gambia, I was barely 18, 19 years old. So the only election that I was eligible to vote in, I voted and I voted UDP. At least I was conscious enough to say, I need to carry a voter's card. Yinkeba about Gambia. Another muso na dingol time. Among some voters card kendo fon tabu. Voters card kendo fon. That's how politically inactive he was. Political chameleons. Ali jibe. Kaya political chameleon ol jibe. And scream so totally asambama. Nerva ba paral jero do ngal kon don dañi na no lalla. Ndeni na la kal ko don pandero na mandiare bari be ke kula ibulo kanda takala because ni bulo dunda ba jela ko wajibe kan ni kondom you keep it up. Look at your actions. Look at you. Itala kuno bida na tete ko ñi ñom mo kendo ñi ñom politician ba ale na mul batandi noise la lafta mena wolen ko please ala la candidate o wa fa leta jana anu you are going yalla alla ko fon dar jo stata ka ci because atel fon le al ta mek la bar même bal fe ñola wole ñi ko ngati ñaaju DP fanaye ñi la gal dimi man kala la jani be mal kuma kawon al fo kawon yalla katul itandi mol la al fo kawon al ke baro ko don yidande mo lays enough ndeta kala no lato la ndo mo energy fon soto fo kal kuma kan na ke baro lel bondi ke sama moli ka yidande moli MC mbedi bi Talib nyadi kora voters card soto kora betiat kora ba challenge. Look at this man, guy, look at this man. And what's on Gambia fana I don't know, I think nana ko see Facebook la man jere ngaki. What's on Gambia ila fenke do bije ila post do bije ka fuko dame go talibi corruption olge ay maybe as necessary no ngaki aka e ka fu dame ay corruption olge I baka unkol sanne blah blah, you know, after amu doing quality, you know, I also have ngo fon so do jan mbaro nga si ali o fana jibe o be adu wo fon dinindo bala ka fo ko na je bara ate dinne mo nyi baka unkol matati bare ko mo nesino ni abla ka bala woli don't believe ta ko na kibar tala me alon ko mo nyamen dimba anun hakilima ba ati aytan nun ko mo because jallo ja obula kala na UMC na noma me Kachaa ni kan man la fi ñew ku ya ba ni manjele dia mo be siala be borla na mbalo ñu la ñun do natali ali jibe madonga yendo tola Talib Tula. Talib 22 la because 2 is not enough for these people. High number go jaw nka fambe nyin nkala fenela nka nyina nyambay road be nyadi la jaw if you don't mind. Nyambay road be nyadi Jalba Johnson how far with the construction? Adam Barolo project onyo because I think you are the councillor for Nyambay. Because Baroye Jefole and I have a VAR on that. Jaw ninga kibar soto la bete ba lale. Bayo ko linko okay bayo mbatu linko copy invite guest copy link okay by WhatsApp check go to WhatsApp and you can find the link there. Sonko Gambia, I can send it to you now and paste. Yes, Bayo, you have the link now. Link over the inbox. Okay. After kudo nye menna tila ngona tale nang. Mealongo so bita ko na badin do nye mealongo atemu baka unkoldi. Jamara mano believe to katele nyinti. Ada fa dundi dumala. Ada kanyinki Watson Gambia. Ali statement ori. Talib nata nyamen de nyama al date jibe de lafta le date fana jiwal kana nyina date la date fana ndabe kol kono le date ndabe kol kono ha date fana ndabe kol nyin kono al date nyin jibe al statement on nyin read al ba jara ko men la screen o mambede abaka I have to be fair because modo la screen o kadwa ako from a Bakaw youth mayoral aspirant Talib Ahmed Bensouda and his mother Ami Bensouda are crisscrossing Bakaw allegedly dishing out money, TV sets, and so many gifts to some elders to reject the choice of Bakaw for KMC. Musa Jame. Sonko Gambia Dunda. Sonko Gambia Dunda. Sonko Gambia Dunda.
Yeah, man. No, this time we just say that in
Sonko okay, ni settle direct. If I mute, I would not for Yakalam mute. Let me tell. Okay, the second paragraph. Okay, let me go with the last sentence from the additional TV sets and so many gifts to some elders to reject the choice of the people of Bakaw, Bakaw for KMC, Musa Jambe. They want the people of Bakaw to rally behind Talib, who is a Doi supporter. Talib was not born in Bakaw and doesn't know the town at all. However, his mother was born in Bakaw, but she hardly socializes with her neighbors. For us in Bakaw, Musa is our candidate. And if he is not selected because of bribery, we would abandon the UDP and will not vote for Talib. In Bakaw, we are cancelling and we want Musa Jab to represent us at the primaries of the UDP selection. Honestly, we are disappointed with the behavior of some UDP executives, and their behavior suggests behavior suggests that they were bribed by the Bensoudas. Musa Jame is a UDP member for many years before he traveled to the UK for further education. He was also very active in the community. Talib Ahmed Bensouda. Talib Ahmed Bensouda. This is Talib for you. By make it clear, then maybe some more you can make request again. Jama, okay, Jama Baraka, we keep them busy. I concur. My back I'm busy brain installation. Brain installation, brain installation. Camera adjust Bayo. Okay, good. Bayo, kaya come on,
yeah, one thing we can in Bara.
Yeah, I for kono.
But what if kumbo sembo.
Iko de dala. But you know screen of the brain installation and configuration. Ateo needle. We will recommend atondi nyindo. We will recommend common sense injection for him. At the common sense injection. We recommend that for him.
Hello, yalo BIMS ape. Sometimes nama phone, nama problem. Because nama, because is my guy. Yes, sir. But what about guy? I don't know what's happening to this guy because look, I can I'm only bang. Go. I ani melbe nyoka melbe ni UDP ay nyinkaba yang sie menke UDP yang sie menke party when Talib was going to school yang was contributing to this party when the party needs the I mean finance the most difficult moment wato me ya lonko mol sulata patio sulata utumole yang ba dawe belori ni patio yame nana what is Nanama's problem but yalo menkela people I saw some people comment on Nanama and these are people many along I cannot just even understand because Yankuba Dabo in the struggle do you want man Yankuba Dabo in the struggle who don't know Yankuba Dabo in the struggle momo be tuabu du kono momo be Europe diaspora kono Gambia ko duma Yankuba Dabo Yankuba Dabo on the contribution we make a UDP financially, physically, and everything. When Talib was going to Talib Karakaram Ball. But yellow member problem with they have in the problem they didn't want to see Yankuba progressing. And I said Yankuba will always progress. And remember you were in the because Nafikolu, if you're Nafikiala, if you Wulia Fola, because by the party on phone in a movement on phone of funny alakan, or funny akilo, if you will push can. Just to try to bring confusions. Nobody sends you out of that party. Nobody. You are the one. You want to leave the party. You leave the party. And people who will remain in the party, you don't want to leave those people to rest. This is the problem. Momal by party okono. Now left a Kamuna party on Anna, ambience so anya will confusion. I'll come and be jam presently. Ali ambience so in Kanolaje. And you feel like you people lost this opportunity. Because Mobe Alon, when Talib Ahmed Bensouda was in the UDP, wherever we go, how people celebrated him. But Talib feel like nobody is going to have that opportunity and nobody should have that opportunity. But in fact, Talib Pongaya Fole, he only built up the team. At the team of Bill to make him to sign, to sign him. Either you were doing that, either you were working so hard, financial and everything. You were doing all that. You tell us what? And me and Jahli, because until we are doing, Youngs is doing political inducement, development inducement, something like that. But look, Kemo, I'm very disappointed in Kemo because I told Kemo education a little bit, another doctor and graduate, but at least a level of understanding should go above that. He knows very well what Youngs is saying. But because they failed in the KMC in giving that to the people of KMC. Because failed the wall, they have not given KMC for how many years? So seeing Yankuba come and do that one and vibrate the curtain because we're going to do it nationwide. They want to make that one to confuse people. Omar Revolutionary Sanya. This is my boy because I try to mingle with everyone in politics, but genuinely, Omar is an activist to tell you, let's give him the credit, and he's a star, and I have to give him the credit. But Omar is confused in this statement. Our statement is completely confused because Omar's level of understanding should go above that. Look, we are campaigning, and then in campaign at the local, we have to talk about policies. We have to make sure we strengthen policies. Policies Bambandi. That's what Gambian says. So don't look as a waiting government. When we come to government, our local councils are going to benefit this. For if you come from Mole, what we start telling people. Now, if you guys give us the government, we are going to do this, we are going to do this. But not even that. When Talib Ahmed Bensouda went to KMC the day I called a physical cast. People may check there. The first politician may a bunch of physical cast. Inducement, that's the worst inducement in the history of this country. Physical cast la nyoka kamol bendi kakolo koditoro sumasi kamol nyabala atu koditu sika kata ka di mola kamera londi kan people mulka chekole from they put figures there but Talib amal ben sule o kenyim banko kanjan. So Talib amal ben sule inducement for. Talib amal ben sule re-election. Ala ko into lebe nyokang. We know how much they spend on their re-election, even in terms of inducement. We know it. Talib karamul diamundi.
Yeah, you could Jamal spend, to be very frank with you.
Yeah, so Talib can be from Molo and scientific, even UMC. They are doing a lot of inducement. It will say
And I are locally one area for free. Anyway, you see, they're trying to hold not the party. I know of a certain guy they brought in just simply I don't know Kebanyum from Yorobes Phil from Altaranova. This should be titled what Jara Mananga Jara. Yorobes Phil from Alaya Kumanika go edit in Palasol Baby D candidate. So apparently Yoroko like I said, Yorobes Phil Agamole no Palasol Baby D candidate. So I think I funding Dol Samanaka for Yunkona because I don't know Dolphin in Palas di back.
go.
So
Malef Katofo. I know. I also know another person. Talib from Lea Kumandi. Kavako Nana. Nana, because Palasul will make like and Nana for the Palasul grip. Talib. And not only that one. Go. Science and they make it and they are struggle in Kebal. Last time, I go. Talib into Yabule. Talib.
By the way, na jara dini odo be kono je ya to fon samba police le je wadi kono police ol bulla da kanu ya samba bari ko badi yal because nangera ada abela su kono dina abe Facebook ja ka molu nen talibi dinen kulubal ba gambe be ba to fale ba kulubal ya fala ya abadi odo la sama non police ikaye akamol la fen ko lelta ila su kono ko la ko le ID card ta buka dalilo fo ya rafa la empathy o nyim be la kafu kafon la ataka la ID card wala so nada ina korombo ya sama police bari ala badi ku buka jambano so after ko nada battle guy ko ilo ki dara mandara gambe ni me gambe la police file police wala ngela kullo billahi wallahi tala kullo da fam because I think they have the discretion to be honest to be fair to the police I believe ya gamen la no it's a criminal offense right no it's a criminal offense so ya kanya ya ko nyingol but it's still it's a criminal offense because your whole identity like that, kate do for political blah blah it's very unnecessary. So I don't know okay, but I don't know yende by what scandal shiva I cannot even do that. Yenza mo police nkan agency nkan nyaja nkan taramal bali akuma. I mean now
Foman Jarikambo. You have not listened to Jarikambo? I will try to send you the video of Jarikambo. Look, Nulemen Yalo Menake. Yalo Talib Janakala movement of I forced plan on Menge Kumaka Mul Muni. Ako Ateo Kodole Soto, Kodome Yalongo, and I've Molmilan Kotara Bakuela. Purka Molta ke empower. But Kodomon for the follow, Kodomon for the follow, Talmon Kodom Dabula follow. But I will for Molie. So I need you to have political money, political inducement. So I can bring Talib I okay follow. Say I movement law.
Oh, well, okay. You have too much energy. Oh, fine, you know, the audio from Kamala. I'm coming to a boy solo call, but Kachaa for a ninety store and drunk or drum, better all Jolot. Fine, you know, Umi, in Bala, you got turned down with it. Ngakumala fere ya fanya na lami kama loko dira akafa monyo loko ni political star ya halin tisoda ino mbekara domani ujola na
no but whatever ufana o dilo franti o sawo dilo franti nyatalde because megada yawol jamal jigin la fana ko UDP be to la tamindila yawol jigi so ban quand même fo jari gambo kabin talib ko ay kodoro pour migrant soul so jari gambo e men ko wala nyundo ko ala boy fulale be jamiano ko they are migrants de bota itata nyim ba ko wele yesene na so kono so jari gambo e akole ko altaji ko talib yo ko so for migrant they went there the whole taraje itata pour ka register ye form ye UMC form di wala nga hila moy billahi
albu so ngani sinkalandi ay ko mo fare
billahi wallahi bo Jare Gambo la for and yalam nakara. Do you know why I trust Jare Gambo? Because Jare Gambo e la kaito fon la muta because menakara kabin Jare Gambo ala mol kije itaraje the UMC for more deal. Kabin UMC for well I think each of them number 300. You already well each of them 300
$300
300 forms.
Wow.
Form of 3 ela man kamen fo abebe Jare Gambo for 300 la forget them I don't know but you know I mean such kind of figure. Anyway, it's around but saying kabi adi Jare Gambo Jare Gambo momo ko mo fula adi wala so kabin Jare kana Jare ke menke Jare ke ay mo kilometer ta e be sita black kilometer ita ye voters card tamana they know voters card number so kabi ye voters card number so they sita come randomly sita ka come saying ka molto ta randomly ka fomo feel randomly yo fomo da ya ko amam ko de do man ta mol kande so inadna so bo kilo mun taw da ka submit ayel so utumo len ke mun ka foko de registered 30,000 Talib ko 25,000 ke mo ko 30,000 because funny ala beji that is why it happens like this so Jare Gambo Facebook live kele ay kaito muta abulo ko formul be you see it fo gatandi formul be ba abulo ko and he expose them on that utumo len Jare Gambo be about their data so ngamen fo Talib la pro moment wala nyindo anala nyimmo mena ko babala they really understand momento UDP is going to get into the government so but they need to monitor UDP kono and it's going to be hard for them to be in UDP now because they don't want to be it is sonna yesom malola it is sonna yesom ala kerola it is sonna wala be balanda so itolu ila promo movement sa wala nyito ko sa itolu be balango bela but now what is happening wala nyito ko UDP is winning I understand we must speak about this Molia understand because menkata Talib ñol manna politique la Talib ñol mantra they have no plan about 2026 they know they cannot make it in this country so what they do now is you understand anything me along kodola kodo they will do it for it okay because nyajibe because they are going to jara soma kata mol million ko ila ay million ko wal nyamang bede ay fon ko keleje I know about that project. I know how it comes. But now Talib is using that, to do politics. But that's fine.
But you see, these people are not. Yalan Talib man creative. Abuka fan create no fire. So this kind of community initiatives, UDP has been championing this. Even imagine Birimbaro Mall Manu last time na the all feed ka fact check ka fire come and go. Until we were out there and the blood donation la. So we what are you talking about? Talk blood donation. So UDP ka umanya sifal kela, but it all obviously need all bagala they have to put it on national radio and television, like it all them more follow the main sifal. And you see taking advantage of the poor like this, I tell for Talib for one Talib na inka for mole mune nyadu de mol fol. Nil daji ko man sali jamoto. It will go to fatalamol. Isn't that crazy?
Yes. So what about wale mu la problem ya hinyul jale. Wala tina jale some of my friends when I with them. I mean ila ko kan kuna akan daw muninge because ndem funding tawalti and left ka ko nyum funding ke afana I feel so I baraka like afana because I believe ko afana se dol dafa no so nimbe funding ko ye ko clean school me yalon ko akoy te foma ko barako te tarlaje akoy te ma fer ko barako te tarla no nyento it's not possible because ñi ko ñi alota ñaadile alota jamfa jawla kama alota ñaadi alota konnante hala kama ñi ko ñi lora wala kama alota mina kama wala ñi ko ma rek ndam mala fi taram mo beet ñi ka fo lora wala kama bari kabe na ni kam le fo molé ñu kam le fo molé wol difa E kame fu mo wala nyindu ko I mean it'll they are a movement.
But
Right?
Bayo, I will need some further update on 33 million on for the backward returns. Talib can just kind of how Talib just easily go about a business that is typical Buku Sumunala and makes it look good and still like kind of spin it into a PR stunt. Wala ñu ko there was a time mama me atara no dom side oro the tricycle association of mall and donkey cart association of mall I also about 300 to 400,000 but as that was happening 300,000 for 150 by for I don't know I don't even care about the amount I could yamala deal you know so as that was happening already julo be lining fenko tema menka dressing ko kono je bulldozer tio imojo. So it even bulldozer Tiojo. As a result, then the garbage inside the dump site piled up first kilo from Kadunga a problem out. It bulldozer la julo bela so much that will come for almost on kana. Akaraka 150 to 100,000 come the kachika cardio mola, you know, camera nyatling. I think that was not smart. That was just a PR stunt. This guy is so incompetent. There is nothing you're threatening with that protest. In the middle of the night, come samana kana bunda wilda mano samana in the middle of the night, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock sudo. Kana bunda fix because yalang ko sama nyoldo camera will start like a fly jam so let's try and fix stuff. So Talib is all PR, a PR lady. So to be honest, for somebody like me, I cannot support a candidate like that. It is like you always need some sort of dressing. You understand? You know, I don't like it. That's so unoriginal for me. It's not authentic. I don't like it.
So our difference with them also is this. You need to understand one thing. Though we believe in okay, we are people man the latter come like na masakuna me alonko abekala masakuna me alonko banku di ibela le fanna yalon ni masakunda yo comme banku di yele fanna yela ko masakunda ni mula masakunda alti e manyana silala masakunda nyina you should be ready to hold that masakunda anatare beje iba masakunda kono ibe hanyalal who ye tonya fasa ya understand ko ndolla man sakunda be kala woleti andum ila silanda o jam abe momenti wala nyinde ko ni UDP sida man sala ita wulla ko tange they will be like ANC of South Africa. This is what actually they say. But they have the belief ko it's not that they did not know no UDP leader will serve more than 2 terms in office when he get into the presidency. But actually, they ignore all those stuffs. But because out of hate, they have nothing to offer. They have nothing to say. They have nothing to challenge in our policies. Because these people, let them come and tell us one single policy in the Democratic Party. They disagree with that policy. You think you policy claim for you to disagree with them. Let them tell us today. They have to leave UDP and go and form their party. They cannot. It's one single policy for no Gambian policy. It's one single meal for no. It's one single development for no. To women can only Bangkok. Meya Lonko. It's not in the Democratic Party.
Amansoro.
So what now? So are they really? Did they really believe? Did they really want that ko? They Bangkok nyimbe batale kono anu. Masakuna ina ka falinde masakuna ina ka betala lolu moli fo nyulu to yata nyulu bel hadu wala la ba because look Gambian will be kumbo kan wonde fa ni tala nyum bolon kono ini mol interactor wonde fa let me tell you something ndakara political tola la but this one is only 10 days but I can tell you how energetic mol be pare wonde fa tilo katara country nyawa nyama wonde fa people come and stand tilo kono tilo be kandere soko bolon kono kandere nyang wonde fa mul kana yelo yela moy mul kana yelo e diam mul kana o tilo kono be yayla e be wurla mul be borla no silo kan dulal to wonde fa you cannot bring everything on camera Because sometimes but I can tell you because you know motokara bro kambokata live, but I can tell you sate tam tambita more reaction olu. Ika jogo tane more paretale. And more belem, CEO belem. You go to Badibu, you go to Salung, Nyani, Fuladu everywhere. That's phony. And this is something me alone go. It's a collective thing, combo. So everybody more be alone we want change. That's what Falun. But Falun in left us the only possible party men are can UDP.
UDP, yeah.
However, UDP, whatever you feel, it a UDP mirror. So it's about the Roland and the messages. We are not shy. We are not going to be shy. You no men come over Balakaku. They go blow me, jet or shit or blow like a fring. Olatina, Niagibe Bibika Mitum. Na funding comedian to get my Jack Bony. I look at to I had to go be Dunia Tambito Olale. Gasing kanyo mi tak hapo ko mangasi kilati. What is our different? Mumbemu kilomolati. And we have to give and motive. What I'm saying, I will always say, go. How can I? Usolo dabo. Nte ba mamu furule. Nte sirim fula dujan. Nte sirim fula dujan. Nte ba mamu furule. Moluka mu furu wota fale ko. I mean, you know shit. I'm fulu bay. I'm fulu bay le tamun tol. Ababa ma bay. Abama bola bay la fo. Unyon nyama mo le besot la. Mo de la la menna. Ite ba mu fulu. Huh? Ite si banko ka ye fulu bay. But ni ndio Amon sense make.
Yeah, it allow docker one. Be ko mo lay docker ngol lel meni alon ko aning some kroke bayri ngol me alon ko online jang this obsession some of them is just out of spitefulness. You see UDP kere no suturori. These are the bitter and angry people among us. Imagine ma relax no kodege. So but before they try to project people like me as they try to portray us as the vile, vicious, aggressive ones. But obviously, Mr. President, I wanyarle. So you see, they go on attacks unprovoked. Unprovoked. They ika wuli la drong, bam, they go for it. Ika wuli la drong, bam, they go and attack people. Every day, imagine they're posting about Kurang. Then we post about an elected official. Can you choose an elected official? And if you go for an elected official, let it be in the spirit of fairness. Criticize based on the responsibilities conferred onto him. Many along about execute Kanyame. Yeah, criticize within that place.
So these people. Let me tell you one thing also. You be busy la back on Kiaman Yankuba Dabo and Mamadou Kurang. Let me tell you this clearly. But that is why Kiaman Yankuba Dabo brought up the slogan again. After Kabirunko, don't steal, don't lie, job. I slogan on someone. Slogan no me it's a special slogan me alongo. That is what is actually going on. What we are going to keep them busy. Keep them busy. We can't go say go sabaterinde. They be you not busy. So they will be busy on Kurang. They will be busy on the Yanks. While we are selling Mr. Dam. And while Gambians are actually behind those people, why? So it will be better busy. Look, Mama Kurang, let me tell you something. Wonderful. Kurana addition to UDP, let me tell you something. Everybody, you realize that Kurang is loved by people. I can tell you for free.
No, Kurang energy, his energy is like, it's such a vibrant one. It's just transmissible. Our energy is palpable. It's positive energy. So, but these people, it's on none other positivity like they only want it for Talib and his entourage. Let me just say Talib and those that Talib endorse. Unfortunately, I am a Talib here. I don't even see the likable aspect of Talib. When it comes to politicians, Molkavla Kari is likable, Kari is not likable. Talib is not what he's not even close. You understand? But some of these people, the man for inferiority complex, which I have every right to say. I know you try to even take that as a sensitive issue, but I have the right to say because they told me. Because you see some of their arguments. You see, So I don't know whether it's out of inferiority, Lambang for coming, they are just outright blind or politically unaware. But it is disturbing. It is very disturbing. There are a lot of Gambians who are very competent. So Kurang is somebody, may along a current naka fen create nole. Talib is a system that may along Taranya Dolani is just making a living off of it. You want to tell me a Gambian who has experience working in Malong I don't want to say insurance industry, but somebody who was literally collecting people's money in the name of insurance. This was how this guy was making a living, and then established his own business. But we know that we don't even know how much money he makes from his business, because the information that he gave us about his business is false. He said he makes like $1 million a day. That's not true. We know that Talib Abuka million sales sort of in Gambia per day. So this is that's such a sneaky character is what you are trying to sell to us. Maybe we can have a different conversation. But this is somebody who is completely fake, who's completely not what you want us to believe that he is. He's not even close. Not even close, not academically, not when it comes to administration. He's a failed administrator, a completely failed one. No, these people. Well, yeah, so to your point, well, they will not like Kurang, because Kurang is just exactly after Talib Kenyame. But I'm okay. Never ko kari ninkuti yawan idesa ninti tulome desa kundi nyombe desa. Kurang is not your Talib. Talib can never be like Kurang. He will never, because Talib Kurang qualification measure Talib never also no. Kurang reputation measure has to because I found a create. And more like kind of is because of naturally. Yalong kan nindol ka Kachaa kan info enko. I fear a situation where an UDP will bring Talib Bensouda Kalondi against Adama, because the political offender me alongo. Typically, Uganda recently, the president made a statement. They keep talking about vibes. Vibes. So vibes mu cool to me alongo kumara cool kono bakel. Because net Talib Londi, ye Baro Londi ibajala ko Baro wa buzi adimba do benat easily. Why? Because you say you don't like Baro. Okay, and this is just me being an honest analyst. But otherwise I would not even have said it. You may not like completely what he's saying, but you find some funny moments, and times may as a Gambian, it resonates with you. He can appeal to the Gambian. But that doesn't mean alike. So Baro is your typical Bantabaro Kachala. You understand? So that part of likability in the Gambian context, near compared to Talib, but Talib put your hands down. Talib can only speak to a few Gambians, and I'm not talking about language, I'm talking about vibes. Museveni went after vibes, because the vibes are important. The relatability. If you talk with people, come and internet friends on Dolby Kachala, Dolby, maybe straightforward, straight level. But Dolby needs a dealing the language, so it's a completely different vibe. Imam killing. So Talib versus name again, Baro. Ibajala ko Baro ya defana da world in the Gambian context. Adam Bakajele. Talib ni Gambian also Baro ni Gambian also resonate no nyame. Nani sida ajibero ni multara state house. You know kuma kama mfije we don't like 99.99% of everything. But at least you can see no ya Kachala mo yalongo. At least Gambian, he can talk to people, even those from the provinces, and appeal directly to their concerns and needs, and still generate fun out of it. Because Kachaa katamatene. Alkas, you can for too long because okay? So Baro, we may not like him, but he got an asked a whole bunch about vibes Kataraya. But that Talib can never ever sit with a group of Gambians. Everybody will be stiff and serious, because you just want to hear the words. Because otherwise, there's nothing else that that flows between you and Talib, other than the exact words I can remember for it. Maybe but in general, vibes will not be there, because he doesn't live the experience, and he's not humble enough to listen to the people. They live that experience, because if he was humble enough to listen to somebody like me, I would told Nga from the get-go. Nga bro, in Gambia, you never man say like a bit. Don't say it. Niti afoto. Ikawa kandio keketen. I don't do this. And I've said this, some people will be, I have been into this discussion like for a very long period of time. I started with telling them, we don't hate him. But na candidate of what I can decide. Ofo bati na la ku baro nya bedu na molla anda be problemo craft la me yalongo abadada no la purka na kanyapi na candidate o kena momoti jang lo ada bakola kundana te mola pour baro problemo craft ka nade ka kika ka sapindika ka problemo kebra ni problemo kono lo ada wada mala kundanta wala baro in as far as baro is concerned, but not come up with a surprise element, an alternative candidate. Didn't all these untested candidates. Ngo, my argument has always been Talib in the Kamfandila by way of Kalangan you from the Jura, because where you live before Batandila, and I don't go ultimately miraculous selecla. Why before project since those days? But this is what happens. Yeah, instead of going with the Gambian vibes at a Western vibes at PR. Everything is PR in politics. But I'm ntolanga atio be busate koral wala bate kan doro ngake candidate to nimba kala candidate no sarati, but the fact I found it and nyame knowing the Gambia that I know, I was already mad at him. That was outright. Nita brother Kobokala, I would have told you, bro, don't mess up. How can you do this? Gambia buka kyonya Gambia nito kwa from say ala roka a funny scenario like that happened in Jara, I believe, as when I was, but I actually know the government. So he's I can't one of these two, and then he announced it, and then during that moment period, another young caller, another caller, Busandi that way. I going out by the you know, I'm not saying those are valid. Malambafanya, Molko was useless still now. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just trying to tell you, Gamero never quote bitch imabo. And this is my way of oppression. Even in politics, I would not want these people to know my candidate since 2022, 2023. Yeah, exactly in telling me kanana. Moro no wakara funding keda akira mori me alanko it is untested. Aba mari de beglele. I mean amari no malapurkatinya. This how Gambians operate. Gambia masaya be mo kelolti. Nyo baindo. And I will tell this to Talib as a brother. Ko, ibiti two party kono ebiti. But he wanted he became so delusional and comfortable in it. Fire miracle the man from Tonya Momo that's it. That was never a Campion Gubada. Talib Lea Dada, Talib Lea Bake from a bit. Atila he come for Team Yankubaso. So this is the incompetent guy for you. So now you look at Alam so-called supporters and come and get a history in the context of Juma Lebe Kumakambi. Juma Lebe Kumate. You inducement. Do you know what is endorsement? Endorsement is what is contained in our election petition to the IEC. What an endorsement not. Kataka mani bodol samoli. Ikateka community tagetike bolol sebe fenkol kele puye. No, this is somebody. Yaniam a politician. A typical politician, regardless what your definition is. Okay? A politician should have a constituent. And I'm constituent, so I enter Taramole no member constituent Marakang, or I can move a constituent Niniga. And I'm on Kemurima and Cabanta constituent Ninga, but I need to Mola Timo member constituent. So at least for me, not to a certain degree, politician or Molimera and a constituent, or at least an left like a constituent Mara. So Yanko being a typical politician, I thought a constituent like Akoeko, I'll give you 5 million as the World Development Fund by this Bosla. But this is not a promise for them. This is not your promise. No, this is more like we will increase. We are already doing it. The program is already rolled out. It's already rolled out. So he's saying we have obstacles down there, and we believe that obstacle is rooted and confined within the premises of the State House. Please help us. If we are able to effect that change, then mbefiri nale comme abakela ko ne julo bonnen kawda mbefiri la alla nyanto mu mentin tol fe ko nka men yalla anyanta siala wata anyanta fo million lul be million lulo ci kala mba dila la nka men yalla nka sa men yalla ko do men yalla sarto kan sango sang ba mbirana ra ngina sa nyef la fo da male ne nyi noy so be kere. It speaks to the fact ko Exactly. So when they akamewita ndila wala ko ninga tarnunko intelnga state house tomorrow. If you have a Seno Dabo in State House, what we are doing here, size and a million inshallah we have obstacles within State House. State House is the biggest source of problem. Ninja fall in the next election. But I'm also going to no, in the absence of that last year, 500,000 a dealer. Every word, 500,000. Over the year, 1 million. And they will do that again. Yes, Jalankinda, I think you explained it very eloquently. What Yankuba said is a projected revenue development if UDP government comes in. That is inducement. Exactly. You're just telling the people what you think. When you tell the electorates what development you will bring to them when central government and local government are working hand in glove. Exactly. When the central government and local government are working hand in glove, the revenue will flow. But it will flow. That's what we are saying. We don't have a UDP president, and therefore they have obstacles. Adambaro is creating all kind of obstacles for them. This is why the revenue nyingamansiano kanya nakasianya. So if UMC, aka Mr. Brain Installation and Configuration, Nanama Keta, left our spin into something else, there is no amount of Malamba Flanyadi spinning or con artistry or whatever Malamba Flanyadi. There is no amount of spinning that you can do. How contextualize kake kumengo. It is like abe induce kane, abe bribe kane. No. Yankuba from table. Yankuba is broke. Yankuba is a broke politician. But I more because I think I'm broke because I'm more like kodo abiko domo. Not the kodo maybe is momo ka balu wala nyam. That former CEO jibe and former chairman of the Camera Council. Ini abunya olom. Ika bung balelo sirfo birema o keje wrong yalo nyomin ko adabuka buy. Ngasir fo chairman di malanga karsa ba fonti manonso sir fo ñu mañola fat because school be diari fat you go to the former CEO man or something kany na ko ketol we bunja le lo ngana talo jena on social media. Those are the people even call nonsense back to the commission to come and testify. Will millions and millions and millions and millions and millions later ye sunya from Brigadier Americans. Yankuba is not stealing any of those. And he's ensuring that nobody steals millions. So there is no amount of grammatical coherence that can spin that out of context and make it look like ko Yankuba be vorasol kan. Janaka dia mu fana ni lafta understand na ay muneke nyulie anim fana munane kondanda. Tira jibe jad bira sita ay podium mota bro ay janna o mole muneke. They were all over the place about him because in fact you in phone, you just behind them. What's a market mayor lonko? Here in Yankuba's context, you cannot even say Kwatlaga because he brings the money back to them. If I let allo, I money men not back to them. It's only a Kodolta ya doku ya Marcelo. Me don't get over Marcelo. You can see the evidence. So you see Nika Doku as a politician, the reward comes flawless, naturally, without problem, without trouble, buddy. But Talib, downside bakote you still na wala dulalto problème be farenje ita bam fenkeno ila supportal be wuru wuru by the way bi ela dal do la kenye that's the last image mel la fa kamen display jang wani fa na ma organize ma ñu son nañ du tumala one of Talib la jagal to picho la ñinde I want context but man context so no akamunta na la mulu he took what I will describe as position waru. Menga training, I think you know what is position waru, right? No position waru. But for an administrator, I would say this is what I would call position waru. Manap tali la position waru ita dala. But guy na favorite administrator. Ako is very competent. E aso boda le to le be du la problème ko nak. Afoye sonko bula afole so potale diambe son bula kebe baxut wax bu sew baxut mala bu sew mo gën wax bu sew de man ma wax li billahi mala wax li position mar nga video fenko ñu mo title position waru position waru tal Yeah, you know the position warudi. Apparently, it was from one of the WhatsApp group. I leaked all the malong. Ngalo ka mambo en kalama. Na pare kalama. Abe jumpa e bere trouble la. Ara jeri to ko ja. Ara o me position waru jara. O me sira a position waru atla. Yo lo be joro na. Ada Talib ba? Enggak ada Talib amat tuh sudah kin malam. Malah kamu jakal to mitin aja. Ebe jakal dal sama kunti nyobe ko la. Yo ku keta. Ya jilla ilallah. Monta ya mambere de. Kay monta ya mambere politiko monta ya. Mode bulu. Nga fuele mode bulu. Ina ko be UDP jafala. No, Gambia political money. Okay, let's have done on 1 hour. But Bayo na so obviously I cannot. I have to give him chance. So what I had to know, no more than I could feel like I'm baramari. I don't know. I emergency hajin dinner so baraka ma expect camera. So obviously, you know, wala nambe be hang around kandomandi. So you see, Mr. Man himself, right at the corner, at position waru. Awaru na because monta political monta ya mambere mbali. Talib nga talib nyinga. Ibe jakal lebe jomalin la at the same time. Ibe jakal lebe jomalin at the same time. Ya what's job Gambia? Nila kumbe. E kuma do fo nyel ko politician jana we mo fa kuma bala ñi fo ka men quoi this cat fight in social media wo fo ñanta look stop this bloody cat fight on social media making yourself look big when you are not. Go and pull that crowd for us. Then the crowd be jele bro ta farado busumbala e ka crowd rent jele bro farado busumbala mol bi jemena ko gele ka e ke charge le a certain amount ni after ya kono fandie amount dol ni dafa konoto ni sando be fandi of na amount dol you understand. So you have to just be able to spend some money. You understand, it's not a big deal. You have the people, as long as you're willing to spend the money, you get the people. Jam for customers ni mo ko la Gambia, it is allowed, not legally, but I mean, what else can I say? Barota ramol bonda jana. You understand, you can have for casa. As far as the current rules are concerned, it is illegal though, I can tell you that. Imanya natala kamul bon nambanda, but ada baro kawle. So maybe finance will see if I try no de kafu at least kafu nim project. You know what? Kana sila. Kana susata. Kono hulda. Ka crowd nim kumandi dron kamol kafu nyome meeting game akeno ibe mol fala diamola jang. Buru bara buru. Wa bu sew kebetu kirib duguna fi gena fale konbu. Look, we are tired of that. Just go and organize your rally. Imam ne rally keno. But ngalon ko ene IEC benyola ngaje avoid le deliberately. To yawan karabande abenya wo system okono. Gambia is a country at war. And I'm saying this metaphorically. Gambia is a country at war. Why? Because we are not in war with any other country or entity or whatever. But within the country, the two giants are always fighting. The giants in control of the system and the giants willing to control the system. These two giants are always at war. He always have it his way. Always, he has it his way. But Abenyi still don't mentakang. Usman So will get updates. And by that, I'm not saying somebody told me Usman So. No, I'm just saying, trying to tell you, literally, the state intelligence will be on his case all the time as far as any IEC connection is concerned. And therefore, the president will be briefed. So the things that he got away with the last time, he will not get away with that now. Why? Because he's trying to register a political party. And the NIA, because we don't have reform, they have a political department. They have a whole department that is responsible for, they have a whole political division. which I don't think should be. It should not be. Nin geopolitical thing I can understand. Nin model team I can understand. But when it comes to internally, and I a business town. Anything that poses threat to our national security, you know. But yeah, Jamia established now. So these people they still have that. They have that political operatives within IEC Womula Dulanti. Kana NIL ma IEC qualify. They are all over the place. They are all over the place. And then they have the human resources available there. So don't get me wrong. Wolbe Borila Kolbe Kalama. But you're also very powerful because I understand that within the system, Katafa State House, you also have people there many along go. You know, they will somehow dance to your tune. Wala na barof na ayo movement in Nyongano. Afana katal nak ayala o domen bon dilaf la na ayo tuje pra kasara. Bara boni jara sama Ministry of Trade. O my weak link le wadi. Weak link. I move nyamang I don't like it. Left nga tuje because ngalong ko ni wotra ya baro kasara la. Adu lafta wala lafta baso baro kasara. Mo kurumbala woti. But I'm instead of a Jimmy system of sama Ministry of Trade. And more what me alonko. It's too dangerous for our system. Not state house better, but taking him to a ministry. Definitely there and I feel he's more of a threat now than he has been before. Because before I've been done nonsense of with the state house. I get in don't tell madam Yamrun state house, I get be calaban, na kufon to ya baiting and haji. Yamruni State House ntel aftolo ya aboto palaso men fon ya sama ja taje ay baro halaki ala ko beti ala masakunda be halaki ala masakunda beti nya laftawol anin ka defo undermine in ways atete men comprehend no la nene men jela social media ta moy la social media ata moy la no hani banda baraka cha droit wo ka bute wasi lol lel ndeka lafwol laftawol ati nyan bi kon dolbe kelo men belen lafta baro masakunda lay boy we want that guy to stay barata ta move that guy should have been there for election wadu interesting. So it all speaks to the clash of the two giants within the country at war, Gambia. Trust me, the country at war. Sarabatiji, kanyama be sarabale ta ala baraka mbaka mo nyimba da naja. Ala baraka